Hey, Brian, how you doing, sir?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Good, thanks. Appreciate your call.
Yeah, I consider myself a patriot conservative, and it's like, don't you find that blatant compliance with the police is like propagating a police state?
I think it's your obligation. I think it's absolutely your obligation, because your question suggests that the very existence of police means a police state. I mean, is that what do you see a police officer driving down the street and you think, oh, look, we're in a police state?
No, what I do is I see a person that's supposed to serve and protect, which is written all over their vehicles.
Right.
And next thing I know, it's like I see people getting taken down for things that are like our constitutional rights, and these people they're oath keepers, for God, Lord's sakes.
Right. Well, no one wants anyone. I would never disagree with you about our constitutional rights being taken away. Have you ever been arrested?
Yes.
Well, maybe that's why. I mean, maybe I have such a disconnect because I can't relate to what it feels like to do something to lead me to be arrested. Let me guess, you got arrested falsely?
No, I never got arrested falsely. Everything I was arrested for was proper.
Okay,
well, the problem is, I do see people, and I read in the news, maybe it's liberal media, whatever.
Yeah.
But people do get arrested falsely. I mean, like, I'm not standing up for this pig reporter. Okay,
right.
He's looking for attention.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But the thing is we have the right to videotape anything in a public area, and these police officers are apparently detaining him because of his constitutional right to videotape.
Right, and don't get me wrong, Brian, I'm not disagreeing with you about the assertion that people can get arrested falsely. Of course they can. I mean, there's no question about it. That's why De Blasio's right when he says there'll be due process, you get to have your day in court, but when a police officer makes the decision to arrest you, comply. There is no... Okay. That's all.
I understand where you're coming from. But what I have to say is now I'm standing up for the poor people that don't have the cash to have their due process, because it's like, okay, what am I going to do? I don't have the money to get a lawyer.
So what you're suggesting is if you're poor and you don't think you're going to get due process, go ahead and fight back with a police officer who's trying to arrest you, and that'll work out better for you. Brian, you sound too smart to not know that that's true.
I'm not saying fight. I'm saying learn your Constitution, and if you are being falsely arrested, state the Constitution and say,
Brian,
this Constitution.
Brian, that's a fool's errand. You don't get to do that. You're not going to get to stand there and determine you think you're being falsely arrested. The police officer has the discretion to decide whether or not you should be arrested or not. You can't stand there and decide, well, I shouldn't be. Don't you think most people who get arrested don't want to be arrested?
Well, of course. I mean, nobody wants to go.
Right.
Nobody wants to go downtown. So.
Right. You can't. And to help me understand, and again, you sound like a great guy. I don't mean to attack you. How many times have you been arrested?
About 5.
5 times. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Can't even imagine. I wish we had time to find out what you did those 5 times, and you said they were all lawful. So, Brian, I want to stay on your good side. You're a great guy. You sound like a very nice man, and I sure don't want to upset you.